Hey, it's Dan Moralez with North Point Bank, and this is Homebuyer Radio, episode number 7. Hey, I hope you had an awesome holiday season, and we're off and running into 2017. And I know last week we talked about just being able to maybe use a tax refund as part of your way to jumpstart a down payment towards buying a house. And just a reminder, you don't necessarily have to have a 20% down payment to buy a house. In many cases, you can buy a house with anywhere from 0 to 5% down, depending on your income, whether or not you've owned a house before, and some other factors. Now, of course, we can help you determine those options as we look a little bit closer into your individual, unique, if you will, financial circumstances. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about going into 2017 is as you try to position yourself towards buying a house, one of the things people oftentimes ask me is, should I be looking at paying off debt first before, saving money for a down payment, or should I be trying to save down payment and maybe not apply as much towards paying off debt? Now, in all honesty, the answer to that question can really vary depending on your individual circumstances. There are some clients where it is actually more advantageous for them to maybe pay off some of their debt to put them in a better position to buy a house. And there are other clients who, maybe it makes more sense to make that purchase now because their overall financial picture is such that it's not going to negatively impact them in the long term. Now, I know there's some different schools of thought that are out there in regards to, what you can afford or, what is a good rule of thumb. I know Dave Ramsey has some different ideas, and there's some other people out there that have different schools of thought there as well, too. I have to be honest, I think everybody's unique individual circumstances really drive what is the best way to approach it for yourself as opposed to taking a general rule of thumb. And the truth is, with general rules of thumb, we're all different. We all have different, financial pictures. We're all at different places, and something that could be the best or right idea for you may not necessarily be the best or right idea for me, and could actually be to my detriment. So usually what I tell folks is, it doesn't hurt, especially if you're thinking, gosh, going into 2017, I'd like to be able to buy a house. It doesn't hurt to get in contact with us, and let's take a look at what we can get you approved for, what your options look like, and really help you understand kind of where you're at and what's available to you. What you can do then is you can kind of plan appropriately. Maybe it does make sense for you to look at buying a house now while, the market is still very attractive and there's a good opportunity for you to get in at very reasonable prices. Maybe it makes more sense for you to wait 6 months, a year, maybe even a couple of years. But, truth be told, we'll help you go through all of that. Now, we offer no cost, no obligation pre-approval, so it doesn't cost you anything to go through the process of actually having us determine what your options are for a mortgage. You can do that. You can get that process started online on our website, which is just danmoralez.com. Again, DANMORALEZ.com. There's no cost, no obligation. But what that does is that gives us the opportunity to help you determine what type of game plan you should start putting together. Again, if 2017 is your year to buy a house and you want to get started in that process, that is a great way to get started. A lot of times, clients will go through and they'll contact a realtor and say, hey, I want to buy a house, and they'll start looking at houses, and they don't even go through the process of actually figuring out, what their mortgage options are or planning appropriately. So I would really encourage you to start your process on our end first, on the mortgage end, so we can help you figure out what your options are. We can help you figure out the best game plan, because again, maybe the best game plan for you is to wait. Maybe if you waited 6 months or a year, you could put yourself in an even better position. The flip side to that is there are some clients that can actually buy today, and if you wait 6 months to a year, you could actually find yourself in a worse position. So again, I encourage you to contact us. Let's work together to figure out what your options look like, and in the end, what's going to be the best way to help you buy a house at the right time that's right for you. Again, my name is Dan Moralez with North Point Bank. My NMLS number is 709729. North Point Bank is an equal housing lender.